Hey everyone, how are we all? How are we all? So guys, I woke up this morning, completed some admin, I'm consulting a little bit later, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm gonna grab the road bike, I'm gonna head out for a few hours, and I looked at the map and thought, I know, I'm gonna go to Reigate. Kind of knew some rides around that area. I've done it a few times before in the past with Sarah, and I thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna head out that way. And here's the thing, sometimes you just don't know where you're going, you just don't know the direction you're heading in, but you get a sense. And I'll tell you what it was, I dropped in through Reigate and I moved through the town, skirted through the town, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to head off into a westerly direction. Just felt right to me, and I'm so glad I did, because as I did, I come through the town and I looked to my left and there was this road that kind of led off, and I thought that feels right, so I took that road and it's brought me out here. It's just beautiful. Let me show you. It's absolutely stunning, and it is Reigate Heath. And the road, it looks, I just looked at the information board, it looks like the road just moves straight across the heath. There's miles of heathland. And here's the thing, is over the last year, you know, many of you know my challenges that I've had with my health. I've really kind of picked up the pace with what I'm doing with my cycling. You know, I've jumped on the road bike, and my whole confidence, you know, has grown and developed. And as it does, my whole world is opening up. You know, I'm spending more and more time over in the Surrey Hills, which is not a million miles from where I am. But I think one of the things that going back is that, you know, I wasn't in the place that I'm in now, you know, and it's all progressive, you know, so, you know, sometimes you just don't quite know where you're going. You don't know where you're heading, but it's about kind of trusting those instincts, trusting those nudges, trusting that gravitational pull. So it's been quite a funky week, really. There's some horses going past, you know, you literally feel you're in the middle of nowhere. It's absolutely brilliant, and like I say, not a million miles from home, so it's fantastic. But here's the thing, over the last week I got a notification, you know, a memory, you know, up on Facebook, saying, would you like to share this memory? And I had a look at it, and did not realise, and I always kind of forget that 5 years ago, on I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, 5 years ago, I went in for my second operation on my right leg, and it's the post that I wrote at about 5:30 in the morning before myself and Dad went off to hospital. And I wrote this post, and I really kind of remember that time. It was a very, very challenging time for lots of reasons, for many reasons. And I remember the days leading up to it, is we had an event. We used to run the Mind Body Spirit Fair. My dad and my uncle used to run it with myself, Mind Body and Spirit Fair, at the Wharf. And we had some organisation to do, some admin to do with that. So we were out and about, and I remember sitting there and I was really kind of nervous. It was only a couple of days, or a day or so, the next day, before I went into hospital. And I remember sitting there and just kind of quietly, silently saying, you know, am I going to be okay? Is this all going to be all right? My dad nips out the car and he goes, you know, if you want, put the radio on. So I turned the radio on, and many of you probably heard the soundtrack to The Lost Boys. You remember the film The Lost Boys, and the soundtrack there, I think it's The Power of Love. And as I turn it on, there was these lyrics that come in. The timing was just crazy. Love from a force from above. Love from a force from above. And I just kind of went really cold, and just absolutely knew in that moment, you know, because I'd sat there and said, you're going to be okay, am I going to be okay? And it was almost the unseen have answered it. And what I had to learn to do, and what I've learned to do over the years, is sometimes, you know, we just have to surrender to the process. We have to surrender to where we find ourselves, trust in the process, and allow it to unravel and unfold. It's a bit like, again, today, you know, right, okay, I'm heading towards Reigate, and I just got this gravitational pull to skirt through the town, head west, take a left, and here I am. You know, there's so much of that happening at the moment. And I think the reason is because there's a level of trust in it, and as you kind of trust it, your whole world just expands, your whole world opens up. And believe me, you know, I can't say this enough, that the unseen is always supporting us into our greatest potential, into our greatest purpose, and one of the things that stops us is trust and confidence. So there you go, guys. I thought I'd share that with you. It is absolutely beautiful where we are, and the sun's coming out. So I'm going to jump back up on the road bike and ride this road that seems to wind its way across the heath, and see where it takes me. But enjoy your day, guys. As always, a real pleasure. Take care. Bye bye.